You got 2 road runners, lots of trucks. You ready to go?
로드러너가 어떤 거야?
저 빨간 거거든요.
트럭 대가리 같이 생긴 거.
저게 이쪽으로 운전하면은 트럭이고
응.
반대로 돌면은 지게차예요.
근데
우리가 흔히 알고 있는 지게차는 공도로 못 나가지 않습니까? 쟤는 공도로 나갈 수가 있어요.
트럭처럼.
예,
You know
트럭처럼.
what? I was the
Oh.
first guy in Washington State to have a road runner.
Oh, really?
Yep.
When did you?
88.
88.
Yep.
저게 있어야 되는 이유가 뭐냐면은
응.
창고가 밖에 있다면은 저게 같이 가야지 저기다가 올려줄 수가 있지 않습니까? 저게 없으면은 지게차 한 대를 걷다가 상주시켜놔야 되는데
아하.
그 창고에다가 그것도 힘들고 그 지게차를 옮기는 것도 힘들고 보시면은 핸들이 2개잖아요. 여기서 이렇게 보면 운전, 저렇게 보면은 지게차고. 네.
이게 지금 사면 세트 사면 22만 불이래.
22만 불.
몰라 비싸. 여기 미국서 근데 우리 저거 뭐야? 컴바인사로 몇 번 돌아다니다 봤는데
예.
너무 비싸.
이게요?
아니 전체 기계류 가격들이. 이게 비쌀 이유가 없어. 이거 한국이나 일본이 만들잖아.
네.
절반은 아니더라도 3분의 2 가격이면 만들 수 있어.
중국에서 만들면 더 싸게 만들겠죠?
훨씬 더 싸게 만들. 이게 뭐 있어? 엔진하고
네.
바퀴 달고 그다음에 하이드롤릭 움직일 수 있는 펌프만 달면 되는 거야.
이 트럭도 소유하고 있는 거예요?
Gotta take care of Sam.
대단한 거야. 그러니까 이게 기업가 정신이라는 게 이걸 다 혼자서 시작해가지고
네.
아버지한테 아무것도 받은 거 없이 땅부터 개간해가지고 시작해서 했으니까 그 어느 날 완전히 저거 자수성가한 거지.
이게 지금 트럭들이 다 여기 거예요?
다 여기 거야. How many trucks do you have right now?
How many trucks?
Yeah. About 15?
Oh, no. Probably closer to 40.
40.
40?
Wow.
We have another yard in Yakima,
Okay.
and there's quite a few over there. But they don't haul hay. They haul tanks and
Tanks and
lowboys and
oils and
stuff like that.
Oh.
But some like that truck,
Yeah.
it only runs in the summertime. It doesn't work in the winter. It hauls loose hay and corn silage, stuff like that.
yeah. 이게 작업실도 다 만들어가지고 이게 고장나가 자체로 다 고치고 하는 거야. 이건 뭐 맡겨서 해가지고 답이 안 나온 거야. You have your own mechanic working here. Who fix the trucks and the machines.
2 full-time guys here.
That's what that's.
Yeah. I built that shop myself in 1995.
So you hired the time carpenter.
I did it.
You did?
Yeah.
By yourself.
Me and 2 guys.
두 사람하고 자기 직접 지은 거야.
That's when I was young. Crazy. And half of that building I built. This side. A lot of hard work here. So, the export business is agwest, but the farming and the trucking is Callaway. That's we just separate it that way because Callaway Company was first.
Yeah.
And then I started the export business and named that agwest. But I've been in the trucking business for 37 years.
37
Yeah.
years.
Started with 1 truck, and I drove it myself the first year.
And made the money and
Number
buy.
9. Yeah, I
like
just
that.
kept adding and growing and growing and growing and growing.
Every year. Keep growing.
Yep. I had 1 truck. You know where Donald Oregon's at?
Yep.
My brother and Stu Fallon. You know Stu Fallon?
No.
Oregon Hay. They had a press down in Donald, Oregon, and I'd been married a year and a half, and I bought my first truck, and they said, "Hey, we'll take all the hay you can bring us." Well, back then I think that was 1988, and they had what was called the dairy buyout. And what happened is the government went to growers, to dairy producers, and said, "Hey, we're going to pay you this much money not to milk cows." So it'd be just like getting a milk check, but you don't have the cows or the expense. So the price of hay went to $50 a ton in the bale. So I was buying hay for $50 a ton like crazy and trucking it down to those guys. So I started with 1 truck. That was the fall of '88. And by the fall of '90, I think I had 5 of them trucking hay down there. And then I started farming in '89, no '88, and then just kind of started doing my own thing. But yeah, the first year I only farmed 120 acres. Now we're 10,000.
10,000.
Yeah.
All your own?
No, I rent some.
Okay.
Yeah, I own half and rent half. So I own myself, I own 3,500, and then I have a bunch that's long-term lease with the Yakima Nation Indians. We started developing that in 08. Yeah, it was a big job. A lot of that ground had never been farmed before. and the Indians were anxious to make a deal. So we went in there and made them a long-term lease and pushed out big trees and put in center pivots and pump stations and the whole thing. We did, I think, 35 pivots. And we're still adding.
아까 여기 전체 농사 짓는 게 10,000에이커라고 그랬잖아. 그 중에 5,000은 자기가 5,000은 빌린 거라고 그랬잖아. 내가 아까 평균 이게 서클 하나가 125에이커라고 그랬잖아. 그러면 10,000에이커 정도 되면 얼마나 많겠어. 근데 그 중에 중간에 컷을 떼고 빼면 이게 서클 수가 한 35개. 그러니까 자기 땅이 5,000에이커면 땅값만 해도 어마어마한 게. Usually what's the price of land per acre for hay
Here,
growing? Yeah.
20,000.
How much is it?
20,000.
20,000?
Here in Pasco.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
You
no
know-
joke.
20,000?
20,000. You can't buy ground here
Oh,
at a minimum of $18,500 an acre. It's crazy.
에이커당 2만 불. 아무리 싸게 써도 18,000불인데, you know, the Mid East area for corn growing and wheat growing, that is about 10,000.
In Korea?
No, in Illinois.
Oh, in Illinois.
Yeah.
It's more than that now.
Oh,
It's changed.
it's changed.
Yeah.
야,
Hey,
어려-
my first farm I bought
Yeah.
was only $1,200 an acre, irrigated. But it's all changed.
it's all changed.
I mean, even that ground that I get from the Indians,
Yeah.
by the time I get the irrigation system on it, I've got about 3,000 an acre just in the irrigation system
3,000 for
Yeah.
just irrigation.
per acre.
에이커가 얼마예요?
1,200평.
And I don't own it. It's just a long-term lease.
그러면 곱하기 해봐. 5,000에이커 곱하기 2만 불,
1억 불.
1억 불.
1억 불이야.
But why are you still working? You have a lot of money.
I'm broke. I'm in the hay business. Look, nada. That's because the money's in this one. You know what? It's what I like.
Okay.
He enjoys the work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really.
I mean, to play golf,
Yeah.
I've never played a game of golf in my life. Never.
It's a waste of time to.
Once in a while I'll go fishing, but
Yeah.
no, hey, this is it.
Oh, there's no fun.
That's not fun. Working's fun.
Oh.
Building it. You know, when I took on that development over on the Indian Reservation, my dad was really sick. And my dad was a worker. Let me tell you, he was a worker. And he said, hey, I want to go see your project. So I took him over there, and I'm driving him around showing this. And he was so excited. He goes, I just wish I was younger because I'd love to be a part of it. Because, you know, building stuff, working's fun, you know. When I tell people this business started with one truck, they don't believe me. It's the honest truth.
Yep.
One truck.
Yep.
And you know what I paid for the first truck? $6,500.
$6,500.
Yeah. 6,500불.
And the engine was on the ground.
Uh-huh.
I bought it as is, where is,
Uh-huh.
built the engine, put it in the truck, and ran the heck out of it. Yep, that's how it started. Now, that truck right there, they want like $220,000. It's crazy.
Right.
And you know what? The $6,500 one was better. Never had issues.
Issues.
Just worked all day, every day. Yeah, I remember. So, I got married. I worked for my dad one summer. And you ever heard the name FeedCom?
Yeah, I heard the name.
Okay,
That's
well,
familiar
years
with it,
ago,
anyway.
Years ago, my oldest brother Jeff worked for FeedCom in California, and it was like September, and he calls me up. He goes, "Hey, FeedCom needs somebody to come down and run this hay press." I said, "I'll come down." So he goes, "Well, you got to interview with Container Freight, who owned the yard." And anyway, I went down, flew down there, interviewed. They hired me. My wife was pregnant with our first kid. So I flew home. I says, "Hey, we're moving to California." "We're doing what?"
What did you say?
Yeah. So anyway, we moved down there, and I worked there that winter till about March. And I came home the month before and rented a farm, one circle in Basin City, 100 acres. And when I came home from California, I had $10,000 in the bank, and I went and spent $6,500 of it on that first truck. My wife was mad. "What are you doing? You're spending our savings." I go, "Hey, savings are for being used, man. Let's go." I spent it on an old truck. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pioneer.
Pioneer and redneck.
Doesn't matter.